Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Hope this is all working. Should be anyway. If I can get the microphone set up. Okay, so I have not played AGEOD Civil War 2 in quite a long while. And I really quite heartedly remember not being able to, monetize any of these videos here. So, nothing much really can do there, really, so we'll have to enjoy that. If you guys do want to support the channel, you can do so for the usual things. Hey, didn't that salty? No. It's really a good game. It is really a good game, actually. I do enjoy it. And I can't remember the last time I did play it, actually. Okay, but I do have to go over the fact that I do have... I was just finding them actually here. So I've put on 2 mods. I haven't really tried it more than just a single turn, just to even see if the game's working. So I can't say how reliable this will be. But I do have here the CSA overhaul. So this mod started with a burst of address in the command system, blah, blah, blah. So we have a couple changes here then. I've overhauled colonels and brigadiers entirely. They're attachable to brigades and regiments and provide command points but cannot form divisions. They can, however, be put in divisions. Okay. Modified force pools. System generals and units of stats modified. The mods intend to be used if you're playing as a CSA in April 61, which we are going to. And yeah, there will be some potential issues here. The gentleman behind the actual mod, I do believe, unfortunately, that his wife did pass a week or so after he posted this. At least I can glean that from the forum posts. So, no idea the state of the mod, but it is actually pretty new. Only being there January 1st, 2022, so pretty current, actually. So, again, condolences, and hopefully we can enjoy the mod that he has produced there. We do also have a map mod over here. I haven't really had a great deal of time to take a look at the differences here. But this map mod here, if you go down towards today, I have included them in the actual description, by the way, so you can take a look and see what you think yourselves. So the map mod changes, only the woods, turning the bright parts down, so while the marsh slopes have been made rather less sparkly. Now, I'm trying to figure out where the actual marshes are. I'm going to assume, obviously, I thought it was New Orleans for a second there, but it is not. It looks quite similar. Oh, yes, it is New Orleans. I was going to say it looks like New Orleans. Okay. Maybe I'm just blind here. Oh, okay, so this is what it looks like now. Okay, so it's a little bit less bright. Oh, yes, I see now. Okay, there we go. So that is what we're going to be using here today, then. And we'll go ahead and actually play some of the actual campaign. Do let me know if the audio is loud enough. Don't know about the background audio of the music, so hopefully it's okay. But we're going to go with the Civil War campaign here. Has been quite a while, and as always, I do play my good old favourites. I just enjoyed the challenge, just enjoyed. So the Confederate player wins if he breaks the Union morale at any moment. Control of Memphis, Nashville, Richmond, Bowling Green, and Washington can achieve this result here. Okay. So it's been quite a few years since I last played, I think. You know, I can't remember the last time. Music is always fantastic, though. Always a lot of fun. We are playing in 1440p here, which I'm actually rather surprised that a lot of old games actually do have that setting available to them, really. Now, it's going to take some time really to get into this, but not that long, really. Map at least looks a little bit better. Oh yes, it's not as bright over here, so that's quite nice. I do miss I do miss this game. I feel like I didn't appreciate it as much as I should have done in the day, but at least now I can. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Confederacy as a whole here, or at least we'll see how much of the US we can take a look at. Oh, is this the maximum we can zoom out? Okay, well, that's not too bad, then. There we are. Pretty nice. I do like the AGEOD games. I always remember the Civil War 2 run like butter, so hopefully that trend does continue. Right, okay. I do feel like it's a little bit mouse acceleration for some reason. Yeah, regional allegiances. Okay. Yeah, train. Sometimes I just play with this one on just because it does come in really handy. And then current weather, okay. Again, that is going to come in handy here too. So do we have here mud, and then we have clear. Oh, clear? Clear. Am I missing something here? And this is weather. Unless it's the region. Oh, deep south. That still is deep south. Interesting. I have to try to figure out why that is showing differently there. Maybe a generalization. But anyhow, we'll go ahead and take a look at what we actually have available to us then here. So we should start over in the Strategic Atlas. Always a good place to start. I'm going to go ahead and hide the naval forces for now. Hide the fixed forces, which is pretty much everything here. So we do have a Carolina department over here. Fleet 14. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, so we have Beauregard over here. I do apologize if I butchered the name. That's going to be pretty common here. So, PGT Beauregard has the most seniority among all generals, placing him in command of a new army, in accordance with the proper chain of command. Okay. Now, let's see. We are a little bit over our command point limit there. Because if I do make this into the Army of Northern Virginia, you can see that we are no longer penalized here. And I believe what I can go ahead and do, if I select both, is yes, I can combine the units here then. And they'll be led by Beauregard himself, which is actually pretty good. I feel like I'm saying it wrong. Beauregard? I feel like I'm saying it wrong. I know it's something like that, but I feel like I'm saying it quite wrong. But anyway, we'll take a look at our general in a little bit more detail. Let me go ahead and... how do I open them again? Ah, here we are. Okay. 6-6, strategic 4, offensive 2, defensive 4. We have 4 defender here. So he's actually pretty useful for entrenchment, man. Cohesion there. Deceiver. This element or general is adept and established in different positions. Quaker guns and such camouflage into the enemy the real strength of his force. If entrenched, +1 to the hide value of the stack he is in. Okay, that's actually pretty useful to have there. Okay, and then we have the other stats over here then. Not going to matter too much there. The little Creole. That's pretty cool. I do like that little bit of additional information there. I'm saying it well? I'm saying it well. Oh, sorry, I misread it there. God, I can't read. So speech is not the only problem here today. Okay, we're going to go ahead and combine then with Bartow's brigade over here. And I do like that you gain the little details there. I do quite like that. I do miss that in a lot of other games. So I do have the 7th Georgia and the 8th and the 9th Georgia, as well as Wise's artillery over here. So that is actually pretty cool. Interesting. I suppose that would just be considered a battery? Would it be considered a battery? I guess it would be considered just a single battery. Would be a battery, I suppose. So we have, what, 6-pounder light artillery here. Okay. I feel like we could spend a lot of time going into this, and I do look forward to that. A lot of these things over here I may not have really paid attention to when I was younger. Interesting, can upgrade them. I wonder if we can. I can't recall ever actually being able to upgrade, but maybe you can. Maybe you can. Okay. So we have 600 men in here, man. And their class is heavy infantry. Okay. I suppose that's due to the fact that they are line infantry. Range 3, rate of fire 2, discipline 9. Assault 10. Okay. Assault damage 15, infantry closed. 212. I'd have to take a look at what these numbers mean here. Like what this is meant to represent. So we have rate of fire 2. So do we have 2 shots that do 12 damage? Not super sure. Maybe that's 2 rounds you cause this damage. We'll have to figure that one out there. We can see that we have assault damage of 15 there. Okay. Yeah, probably so. Probably so. But it is good to know. I mean, one day I would like to do a play-by-email of this game. I think I said that a long time ago, but here we are. Okay, so there are 2. Actually, apparently I decreased my strength. 393 then when he's actually just in command rather than actually leading the brigade itself then. Okay. So we have the all-out there. Offensive posture. I'm going to go for the all-out attack there. Yeah, we'll go for the all-out attack, just make sure they actually take Fort Sumter. I think we should do... We'll arrive in about 12 days. I believe it turns in about 15 days, so we should be able to arrive there in time. How you doing there, Harold? It's good to have you, my man. Oh, yeah. I've never actually played the first one of the series. I'd have to take a look at that, actually. I would have to take a look at that. Just seems like a good thing to take some notice of, really. Possibly then you may better understand the actual mechanics. But anyhow, so that is the strategic atlas there of what is actually not frozen. Not fixed, I should say. So we have our inactives. Oh, so we do have the Army of Northern Virginia, which is this one here. Can I remove forts here? I mean, they're still land forces, so not much I can do there. But we can see by strength, anyhow. So if you take a look at the Fort James garrison over here, then... Pretty good, actually. Pretty good strength. What do we have here, then, in the actual garrison itself? About 600 men there. We do have these batteries over here, then. 180 men. Okay, 120 there. Super cool. Fort Brown, and then the forces over here in Richmond. Right, so do you have the 1st Reserve Brigade there? Okay. What do I have in here then? So we have the 24th Virginia, 38th Virginia, and the 1st Reserve Cavalry. 600 cavalrymen, 600... Okay. So we have our conscripts over here. It will be interesting to see how the mod impacts upon the game. I am not super sure, but we'll see, I'm sure enough. Okay, so go ahead and take a look at... where is it? Over here. So we have new political options available. We have new diplomatic options available. So let's see what we actually have here to play with then. Oh, so I would like to press F4. There we are. I think one of the biggest missing parts of the game is the lack of scheduled reinforcements lists. That's true. That would actually be quite handy, really, wouldn't it? Maybe to represent the mobilization. I mean, I suppose you can... I think you can. I mean, obviously you can recruit replacements, but I'm not entirely sure. It's been such a long time since I played here. So we have the ability to move the capital to Atlanta, Brownie. From Richmond to Atlanta. Okay. That's pretty interesting, actually. I mean, that's not really an option you would take at the start. I mean, I suppose you could do. I mean, it would remove some of the risk to the actual capital. But... So we have our print of paper money there. Inflation. How are we on inflation here? That's foreign intervention. I'm going to have to figure out where we have inflation once again. We may not have any inflation right now, but I would be surprised if we didn't. But I guess we'll take a look at that. So I can raise taxes over here then. The Department of the Treasury has been instructed to raise taxes to support the war effort. And they shall unfortunately affect the nation's morale. Such a measure can only be taken every 6 months on average. And then we do have the war bonds over here then. So that does cost us victory points, and it does lead to price variation. Okay. Let's try and figure out where our... Right, so Treasury. Try and remember all the things here. So F1 then. List of forces, war production, Department of War, Department of Treasury. Okay, so that's where we were then. Interior, state, strategic map there. Regional census, okay. Can't see anything there right now. I'm trying to recall where we find inflation. We may not have any inflation as of this moment in time, but I would be surprised there, actually. Seems like we don't have any right now. Okay. Well, they're already in the structure there, so that's fine. I will have to take a look at the naval forces here then and figure out what we're going to do with that. So what do we have here then? The Gulf Squadron. So we have the Manassas under construction here, 9 turns on that one. We do have a number of river boats over here then. Yeah, these gunboats are going to come in very, very handy. There we are. We also do have some transports over there, river boats. Okay. Now we have our brigs over here. Now these are our raiders. They're going to come in quite handy. If we take a look over here then. We do have a Gulf blockade. We do have a Gulf of Mexico. Let's see. Got the Atlantic blockade and we have the shipping lanes over here. Maybe that we go to the shipping lanes more than anything else. Apologies when I zoom out. The game does not like that. I'm going to have to get used to that. Okay, North Atlantic Ocean. Right now. Caribbean. That could be a handy one to actually move into that, perhaps. Panama, okay. That does depend there, really. Probably want to go to the shipping lanes over there. I'm not going to be able to blockade the Union. Just, we don't have a navy for it. Okay. Let's take a look at our options again then. Issue of war bonds. So we have $150,000 at the moment. So that creates price variation, so we have 4% there. This reduces it by 1, and this also reduces it by 1. This costs me victory points, this costs me morale. Morale's a pretty important thing to have. But I could raise 1.2 million there. 1.8 with that, but it does actually lead to inflation. I mean, it's an interesting choice there, really. We could go for a big influx of cash. Inflation will become a problem. I think I will do this once. I mean, this can be done, like, what, every 6 months or so. So this could be, like, maybe once every 2 years or so kind of deal, maybe? Something of that nature. Depends on how often these come about. Yeah, every 6 months, okay. So I'd need at least a year. Something of that nature. Hey, done at 80. Yeah, first turn still. So sign off on these then. Right, so we can declare the complete cotton embargo. The government has decided to declare a complete cotton embargo and to interdict all cotton exports overseas. The measure is very costly and strongly impresses all European powers. Okay, so that does cost us 150,000. We can offer concessions. Again, that's a pretty high cost for what you get there. I mean, granted, you can do that. That one's higher. It's a lot of stream for now. We can declare the cotton embargo though. There's a chance of possible increase. Okay, we'll declare the embargo. Okay. So we'll go with that then. I don't think we have any other options right now, so we'll have to go with that then. I do have these funds, but we have agreed to spend them. There's nothing much that can be done there. So do we have the industry up there? Okay. Let me just go ahead and just quickly edit an option here. Game. I think there's one of them here for... you can see the settings I'm using right now, actually. Which is it? I'm sure there's one here where it Pause after battle, yes. Okay. I like the pause after battle just so we can actually see what's going on there. Battle animation. Okay, we'll go for high. I don't know how that'll look, but I guess we'll see how that goes and turn that on too. Right, there we are. And then resume. Okay. Order is issued there. The Army of Northern Virginia will march on Fort Sumter. I could potentially just leave behind the supply wagons, but I'm going to keep them there. They'll be fine then. Alright, so we'll go ahead and we'll go into the turn here, see how it goes. I'm sure going to go well. So we have 276 men over here. And there's 75 men, so that's actually pretty high cost. I mean, we did go in with the assault there. It is the artillery though, so it is understandable. It's obviously fortified too, so that's understandable there. And they do have the defensive bonus from structure, as well as entrenchment, and in place that's where it's open to devastating. Yeah. Devastating fire on the enemy. High hit probability as well. Okay. So the commanding officer led the unit well during this round. That's pretty good there. Supply helps out. A little bit of bad luck there. So 18 men lost here then it seems. Oh no, cohesion hits. 3 hits over here. I don't know how much that equates to in terms of casualties. Oh, you could work that out, but I'm lazy. Okay. Trenches do become very important, actually. Nothing captured now. Importantly, no hits the artillery. That's good. So they perform well. Cavalry, no hits either. The 2nd South Carolina didn't take any hits, so just Bartow's Brigade and the 1st South Carolina Brigade there. Not bad then. So it only lasted the 1 round then. Oh, sorry, no, we do have the battle started. We do have the 1st round there. Okay. Cool. And the weather was clear. We had these deployments. Yeah. So there we are. Right, the Army of Northern Virginia had arrived. Yep, there we go, day 12. We captured a 4 battery unit from the United States of America and region of Fort Sumter. Okay, so gain control of the actual guns over here, which is pretty handy there. And let's go ahead and see here then. So hold at all costs, enter structure. I don't think there's anything else I need to do here. So we have possession of the fort itself, which is handy there. Okay. No national morale gained there. Oh, we actually managed to capture supply and ammunition. Okay, so we had the Winchester Militia now active in Winchester, Virginia. And then over here then, okay. Now, we have Harper's Ferry over here. This would be rather important to actually secure, really. We are seeing some forces over here of the Union. Fairfax. Bloody Alexandria is such a tough one to capture there, really. Being right on the doorstep. But I think I will order them into Harper's Ferry. Now, there is a rail connection, but the rail connection is over here to the north. And obviously, I can't really use that one there. Would come out of Morgantown there. So we are going to just march. So, I do need them to actually enter into the structure. I could force march them, but it doesn't make a difference. I just want them to actually get into the actual town there of Harper's Ferry. I don't necessarily have to enter the structure. We do have hills here. So what I'm going to go ahead and do then is just defend. I don't think I'm going to have them actually enter the structure. So I want them to just occupy the actual area around the town, but just control the actual area here. We do have hills, so at least we do get a bonus there, which is pretty handy. Right, okay, so we do have a couple of actual generals available now. A few of the militia units now active. So we have a Suffolk militia over here then. A number of gunboats. Transports there. A promotion out here. Fortification started in the capital, no cause before 1862. Yeah, so we print more money, issue war bonds, decided to raise taxes. The Union decided to declare complete blockade of Confederacy. The Union decided on a total blockade, inciting foreign powers to a prudent attitude. Confederacy decided, yeah, okay. That's about a swing at plus 30 then, I think. And the Brigadier Generals have been appointed away command in Virginia. Virginia succeeds from the Union. Cotton bales have started to rot in your harbours. Export them to foreign territories for immediate gain. Okay. Only 3 armies can be fought this time. Yeah. And we're gonna have to fight for Missouri. So do you have Jefferson over here then? Do I actually have anybody in here right now? It's gonna be a lot of fun to get forces out here then. So I do have Shelby. Shelby's a pretty damn good commander. Yeah, good cavalryman there. Right, can't utilize him right now. I do have his force over here, the Memphis force, but they're not active. Again, we do have our Vicksburg squadrons over here then. Okay. Have them evade combat. I would like to have them ideally head out to the Atlantic blockade or the shipping lanes. But I may have them take up port elsewhere. Maybe here at Charleston, perhaps? We do have, well, technically we have 3 forts over here now, actually, so that's pretty well protected. So I may gather them up and get them out there. But it may simply be easier just to get them out to the shipping lanes. But in fairness, do I really want to have them head all that way? I think what I can do then is just take the fact that I have other forces in that area. Let's go back there. Okay. I think I'm going to go ahead and have this one sent out to the Caribbean. That box is down here, I believe, yeah. So we'll have that sent to the Caribbean to raid then. Don't know how particularly useful that will be, but we'll give it a whirl. But in fairness, I could potentially use it over here against Fort Pickens. This fort is always a pain in the ass. I really don't like the fact that we have, like, Union forts still around here. I mean, we do have the keys over here as well, which is a bit of a problem. A small campaign could be made against them, and that could be quite handy. Yeah, see, Pensacola there is being blockaded, which is not exactly ideal. Now, in terms of actual shipping replacements, in terms of brigs, I wonder what we do have. So that's a recruitment mode. So we do, of course, have our regional decisions. Maybe I could have actually utilized them earlier on, actually. Let's see. Right, war production. Transports raiders. Okay, so we do have 2 in reserve, yeah, okay. We could put together a naval flotilla here. I mean, I do have the gunboats as well over here. I don't know if I can actually make it over there. If I was saying that, the gunboats I really would like to actually get moving up the Mississippi pretty early on. If we could actually try to establish control of this area here around St. Louis to the north, that would be pretty fantastic. I mean, the rivers will break us if we don't control them, or at least contest them. Right. At least we do have our forts over here. Now, Cairo... Oh, so this is Alexander. Where's Cairo? I thought Cairo around here. I thought this was Cairo. My geography may be off. Oh, yeah. Revolution Under Siege is a good game. I'll have to try it again in the future. Just the issue with that game is just sometimes it does crash quite a lot. Okay. So we do have some forts out here as well. We also do some Indians out here too. Quite a few Union forts still. And do have some Indian forces out here. We do have a neutral relationship with them right now. Have the Rio Grande up here. Would be nice to make it to Albuquerque and all the way up to Santa Fe. Okay. Hmm. Well, we'll go unit by unit then, basically. We'll head back over here to Fort Sumter then. There's a part of me that's like, well, maybe... I probably do need to have Beauregard actually send north towards Virginia, really. Yeah, that is right there, right, Carl. Now, we could have Beauregard send north towards Virginia. There's also a part of me that's like, well, maybe it might give us enough time. Maybe we have enough time to actually have them head down here to the fort. And then I could launch a quick assault out from Pensacola and finish this off pretty quick. I can't guarantee that I would have the forces available in the north end to protect us. What do we have out here? Okay. We do have some garrisons over here, then. A couple militia units. So not a lot there, really. I could try to move over here to Frederickstown. So we do see that the rail has been broken over here in Baltimore. That's pretty useful, actually. So the rail archer over here to Washington, D.C. is actually broke for the time being, which is pretty handy. I'll borrow this connection over here. Actually, I don't know if this... Oh, the network here is considered destroyed, then. Okay, so it is actually cut off for now, then, which is actually pretty useful there. Okay. That's pretty good. So do you have Lewisburg? Okay. So it's not complete control in some of these states. Some of them are divided. Right. I also do have bloody Fort Monroe that we're going to have to deal with. And we do have Norfolk. Norfolk should fall to us, I think, in a short time. I also do have the Suffolk. Yeah, which they're going to move over here, then. Have them go like that. They'll take about 12 days to arrive there. I could... Oh, yeah. Yeah. AGEOD games are pretty similar. I could send them a commander out that way. It's going to take too long there, really. I'll essentially have to gather our forces soon enough. Let's go ahead and place them in passive mode. I think in passive mode they do recover a little bit sooner. During the replacement phase, these units will have a higher priority then. Okay. I would like to actually have them sent out here pretty quickly then. Oh yes, Rise of Prussia, that's it, Rise of Prussia. Send them via rail, so that's still going to take about 38 days. Maybe this may backfire, but I do want to deal with Fort Pickens rather early. It gives us another fort over here then, which doesn't make a huge difference, but it's more so the fact that I don't have a Union position here right on the doorstep. The keys would also be something I'd like to potentially try and take care of in the future too, but that's going to be pretty hard going. Alright, so we do have the Dodge Squadron coming out here from Galveston. I'm going to go ahead and have them collected. I have a number of ports around here, really. Let's have them sent to New Orleans. I'd like to collect them in New Orleans if I can. So that gives me 2 brig squadrons there. I do have the gunboats and the transport. They can actually move out there, which is pretty useful. I think what I'm going to go ahead and do then is keep them together. No, actually, no. No. We need to have them head inland, really. The transport I'm going to leave behind, actually. Or possibly, at least. What do we have upriver? Right, so do you have the Vicksburg Squadron here? So Vicksburg being quite important there. I could potentially have them moved out to Austin. God, Texas is so freaking big. I think I'm going to have them preemptively deployed to Austin, Texas. Let's go for about that. I think I will keep the squadron here anyway. The Mississippi Squadron then can remain behind. The idea behind this then is simply I can have a couple more gunboats to actually aid with taking of Fort Pickens. In fact, I may even need the transports there, perhaps. So in fact, I would probably want to be taking the Vicksburg flotilla there and have that move downriver towards New Orleans. So I have it move down to New Orleans. They'll arrive there next turn. There's not a huge force here then, so I'm hoping that we can actually get this sorted pretty quick. I could even potentially leave behind something over here that may slow us down. Like, the artillery could be potentially left behind, but again, I probably will want to have that artillery there. So I'm going to keep our force together then. Lock, stock, and barrel. Alright, we'll have to rely on recruiting units over here in the north end. We do have decisions then, as well as other things then. Develop territory, roads, etc. Okay. Clear the forest. That's a good question then. So to see Kentucky over here. So I do have roads going north, but I don't have a road over here. I don't really have a road connection over here in general. It would be nice to maybe establish a road connection to New Madrid from Hopefield. The reason being then I can actually go from Hopefield over here to New Madrid pretty quickly. And obviously when they come into like Shelby, Texas here, they can actually march a little bit quicker. Just mean I can actually take advantage of the town over here as well. And in addition to that, move alongside the river. I'm going to go ahead and issue that as an order there. It's not a hugely important thing there. Never mind, I can't right now. How can I build my roads? Oh, okay, so there's not really many places I can build them. That could be a relatively useful one. God damn, there's really not many places I can build roads. Okay. I've got a budget to spend here. Oh. That's not a huge deal of choice there. I guess I will construct them over here then, just because this is more important than elsewhere. Right, telegraph line. Right. Say wall supply. It does cost me national morale there. I don't think it particularly matters whereabouts we use that then. So I think I'll use it over here at Galveston. Possibly over here at Brownsville then. Why not? So it's going to cost us 2 national morale, but the reason why I'm doing that is because it will grant us... it might potentially grant us about 16, up to 16 war supply. We should probably get about 8. Right, so we do have defensive works over here. Outposts. Outposts are really handy, actually. It does cost me conscripts, and I don't have a huge amount. Landmines. Scorched earth, and defensive works. Let's take a look then. How do we want to do this then? In some ways, this is actually pretty protective. So this is the Shenandoah Valley then, isn't it? Then we do have the hill ridge over here then, okay. Okay, so that's actually pretty useful then to a degree. Yes. I don't know, I'm kind of interested in the ability to move a little bit quicker through here, perhaps. I think areas that have connections via rail, well, rail connections are actually really important. So I'm going to go ahead and actually clear Staunton over here then. Connect that up to Newmarket a little bit better. Ideally, anyway. Open trail there. Let's take a look at where we can actually create trails. Okay. Out here in Missouri seems quite attractive as an option. I do have the rail out here, thankfully. Okay, I'll focus the efforts over here then in the north. How much does that cost me then? $35,000. It's expensive, but it's worthwhile. It does grant us some small victory points. Trying to find another one that's just pretty useful. That one's probably not bad. Road goes through here, however. So I'll put that over here to Anvil. What else do we have then? So we do have draft. Plenty of conscripts there. Counterintelligence. Can't do much for that one. Martial law. Let's go ahead and develop. I don't want to develop. Developing New Madrid could be quite handy. Like, oh, there's Cairo. I know there's Cairo around here. Yeah, New Madrid's actually one of the larger places here. Actually, probably the largest that we have in the area here. Right on the doorstep of Cairo. So I would like to go ahead and develop that, perhaps. I'd like to actually probably fortify New Madrid. Maybe Charleston. Definitely Charleston, actually. Okay. Telegraph line. I do have demonstrations that I could use over here as well. Let's take a look at the allegiance. So that's 45-55. Pretty good actually in some of these cities here. So we'll have demonstrations over here then in Washington. And Baltimore. What about this Philadelphia? Okay. Philadelphia's not really in our camp then, is it? Ah, yeah. What else might be useful there? I think maybe like St. Louis. Cairo's a good one too. Yeah. Cairo and St. Louis. It does cost me. Let's go ahead and develop New Orleans a little bit more then. Not entirely sure how that will benefit us, but I'm sure it'll probably benefit us in some way. Okay, so I spent a couple, just over $100,000 or so, give or take. So I should take a look at recruitment. So I can only recruit in the Deep South right now. Okay. The volunteers I may need to actually garrison fort some to there. If I will recruit what we can there. The riverboats, hell yes. I do very much need those. How long will they take to produce there? About 45 days? Okay. Let's have them developed over here then at Pensacola. I will have them made available then for the Fort Pickens attack. It's going to be about 38 days or so before Beauregard actually arrives down here at Pensacola. So it's going to take about that time anyway, about 3 turns, go take. Okay. I do have my raiders elsewhere. Okay. I may actually want to have them coalesce around him. And I think I'm going to go in fact ahead with that plan. They're saying that now. In fact, I'm going to have... Hmm. Okay. Oh, okay. There we go. I don't know how long that's been not working, but thank you for letting me know about that. Apparently, the mic had not been working, so if you guys... I don't know. When did I go quiet? I don't know when I went quiet there, but thank you for making me aware about Yakov. I genuinely didn't know. For some reason, OBS decides to do these things, and I don't know how long I've been talking to myself, so there we go. I love these AGEOD games, and I readily admit that I am far from a rocket scientist, but the command structure and setup in this game has always confused me. It's not too bad. It's not too bad, really. You have certain generals who are, well, you have generals, really, who are able to form armies. You have different levels of seniority. Those with higher seniority ratings will naturally take command of the army, and below, so on. You do have other commands like brigadiers. Brigadier generals can form divisions, I think? Something of that nature. Something like that. I don't know if you heard what I said there, Jonathan, but if you go ahead and watch the videos I did, there was a little mini-series I did called one of these two play-by-email preparation, something of that nature. But I think in one of those videos, one of those streams now pretty long, so just skip towards finding the part that actually works for you. There's a part where there's a few parts actually where I go ahead and take a look at the actual air system. And I think we actually do spend some time trying to just make it work. But there has been changes to the actual air system since then, so I don't know how it's going to be there, really. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know how much has been missed by. I don't know. For some reason, OBS decided to mute my mic. Oh, thanks there, Paul. I did say hello. So I guess it's been a while then since you actually heard me. Okay. And that's disconcerting. God knows why that's been like that, then. Okay. Promoted to rank over here, then. I do need him. Okay, so the Union pulls out of Gosport. Yeah, there we are. The Union's haste to pull out from Norfolk Naval Guard, the largest naval station in the country, has provided quite a boost for us, along with dock facilities, 2,000 cannon of various caliber, tons of gunpowder, and the supplies that are salvageable. There's the hull of the Merrimac, which was burned and sunk but could be raised. We have some ideas for this. Okay. My new BMW? One day. I don't know. Let's go ahead and see what actual decisions we have available then still. I don't have anything I can really do right now. I don't think I have a need for an outpost as of yet. Maybe out here in the west. Not right now. Right, so do have these two volunteers over here. I did say that they are made up of about 900 men. For some reason you guys couldn't hear me, so that kind of sucks. Now, I could have them put underway right now, but I think I probably will have to wait for the actual state to open up. I think that may be, in fact, a wiser idea. Just have them wait. Have them actually, yeah, just gather cohesion, why not? The others aren't actually, as of yet, ready. They'll be ready soon enough, though. 14 days, so they'll be ready next turn. Then we do have a garrison over here, then, which is actually fixed. Okay. So they need to enter the structure there, and they're underway. Coolio. We'll have to give them a couple days then to actually gather their cohesion again. And we'll have the actual fleet, well, the flotilla actually set out to meet them shortly thereafter, too. Okay. We'll try a little bombardment over here. Who knows if it'll work or not. We'll try it out. So let's look at the recruitment then. What do we have in terms of options? Okay. Let's go ahead and see where we can recruit there. Okay, that narrows it down. I mean, I can go with that then. Okay, where do we actually want to recruit men then? So we're going to have fortifications built over here at Manassas, but again, that's going to take some time there. Okay, so we do actually have brigades out here. Virginia Brigade's actually pretty powerful there, yeah. Considerably larger than the others, in fact. It may be worthwhile to potentially raise some of this over here in the Shenandoah Valley. But I think I can probably go with smaller ones. We'll go ahead. In fact, that might be why we couldn't see that. They may be region specific. And in fact, they are region specific. Okay. Right. I'll go ahead and raise these troops over here then. Just the one, unfortunately. Cotton clads. Very nice. Actually, that cost me war supply 30. God damn, that's expensive. I mean, in fact, these guys do have, yeah, 6-pounder and 12-pounder cavalry. So I can raise these smaller brigades over here. They cost me 9 war supply. What do we have here then? Confederate infantry. Just conscripts. Let's go ahead and take a look then at, let's see. Was this considered mid-Atlantic? Seems so. Take a look at infantry then. They cost me about 2 war supply there. Where are we going to need these units? These volunteers are useful, but how many men actually are in these volunteer units? I think it might be about 450. Yeah, okay. So, they're definitely third-rate units. Do have some marines out here. They're pretty cool. Cavalry is a very useful thing to have indeed. I don't really have cavalry around here right now. It could be useful to try and get into here, but we actually have the opportunity to do so. It's going to take about 2 turns to actually raise that cavalry. Am I even going to have time to make use of that? Possibly. That cost me about 5 war supply. Southeast. What do we have here then? Confederate cavalry. I could raise that over here. Okay. The cavalry. Conscript cavalry. 5. Okay. So I could recruit some infantry over here then. At Jefferson. I've seen some infantry and artillery out there. That would take about 30 days then. Ooh, sharpshooters out here then. Now these ranges are interesting. Yeah, they only take about a turn to actually produce there. Where could I make use of them? I think there are some Union forts over here in the area. Over here would be actually really quite good then. That's pretty north. Though we are dealing with forts out here, aren't we? There's not really any easy targets. That's a bear. Can I make really good use of the Rangers? I may be better off just recruiting out cavalry. And they do have pretty good combat power. So they would take about a day to raise. Sorry, about a turn to raise. So I can get both of these into Jefferson. They need to hold out. could raise an actual brigade out here. I do want to march on Cairo. If I could try and make some gains over here at St. Louis, that'd be really quite good. I don't know if I'll be able to even do that, actually. Interestingly, a number of these units are actually a little bit different in their composition, which is pretty cool. Like, this one over here has, like, 2 professional infantry regiments, I'm going to say, and a sharpshooter. And over here we do have professional, then 2 conscript, well, 1 conscript infantry and cavalry. These guys even have actual 6-pounders in there, which is actually pretty attractive. These are pretty good, in fact. So we have 2 professionals, a conscript, then I think these are foreign troops or something of that nature, or... I'm not super sure about these guys. I think they are foreign contingents. Oh, we have a region named after me. Awesome. I'll have to go and visit there one day. So that's cost me quite a bit, and I actually don't have anything available there. I need proper brigades, otherwise I'm just not going to be able to make any headway, ultimately. Do have a militia. I would like to get a militia raised pretty quick. Okay. I can't really do much else there. I do have some war supplies, so can I build any artillery, perhaps? Nope. Support units are very useful. I can't build them. Okay. Now, Major Thompson. He'd actually be really quite handy out here. But it'd be really quite handy with some cavalry. Cavalry is going to be quite prominent around this area, really. If only I had some cavalry. Well, I have to go with that then. Do we have any options? Need conscripts. Okay. Right, we'll go with that then. Right, 15 days. I actually have, is that US Marines? Interesting. Now, we do have a level entrenchment here. Well, I would have thought so. I do in the town. Right. That's a lot of leaders over there. We do have a regular unit there. So, Harper's Ferry is currently under siege then. Okay. I need to put together a force here. could have the actual artillery continue on over here, in fact. Though saying that I probably do want to keep that here with the actual Army of the Potomac. The reason being that we are... Yeah, damn it, they already have fortifications, that's a shame. Yeah, they do have a large force there. Confederate detachment, we do have our 1st Reserve Brigade here. Let's go ahead and get that 1st Reserve Brigade out there. I can actually get some proper men out there. In which case, I'm going to go ahead and actually send out the artillery here. Do I need to send it by rail? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and send that by rail. These supplies can go ahead and join them. I will actually give them a commander too. It's a better commander, but he's also drunkard. Still, on the days that he does actually function, we might be able to get something with him. Okay. Do you have an admiral out here? Franklin Buchanan. "37 days for him to arrive there." Let's see. Now, I think I'd like to have him take command of the actual briggers out here. I need to make what use of them I can. Alright, they're on their way. That's taken longer than I would have actually originally envisioned, but they are at least on their way, so 13 days. You can see they're definitely moving now. Alright. So I can move to the state now. They could head out here to actually capture a couple towns out this way, perhaps. I need to really control this area over here and take control of that rail line if I could. That'd be excellent. I'm going to have these guys sent out here to Harper's. Do I want to have them sent out to Harper's Ferry? Nah. It's about, what, 900-ish men. It's not a huge deal of men. There's places where lower numbers can actually make themselves felt, which I think would be out this way. Let's just get them over here to Memphis. Regulars, okay. Now again, I'm going to have these forces sent out to Memphis too. The idea here is simply that if I can try and get something of a functional force together quickly, then we can try and make a big pass over here. I'd like to take over Columbus over here as well. Push it if we can. I've not seen any bombardment having taken place there, but I might have missed it. I'm not entirely sure if I'm even doing anything there, but we'll see. Alright, so we do have our volunteers over here at least. So that gives us something over here at Jefferson that I can actually utilize for now. Alright. So we have demonstrations in St. Louis, Alexander, Baltimore, British Georgia. What are we looking at here? 39. Need to keep doing the demonstrations there. Ah, we did sink a merchant. Excellent. They're fine on supply, it seems. Georgia Squadron now active. If I could only click on it, there we are. Have them joined together over here. Yeah, blockade runner and seaman over here. Very cool. So the Confederate capital has been moved to Richmond, Virginia. North Carolina secedes from the Union. Okay. So we have hasty defenses erected around Richmond, Virginia. I can't see them right now, but we'll see them in the future. Groot is organizing his forces. A future army of the West is slowly assembled at Little Rock. Okay. Yeah, so over here then. That's pretty nice. At least sinking something there. Demonstration's still ongoing there. This is going to be quite important now. I need to really keep these on side, or as much on side as I can, really. I could build an outpost there, interestingly. What are we seeing here then? So we are seeing brigades, artillery. Right, okay. So we do have a bit of an early advantage here. We'll have a 200 strong brigade actually formed soon enough. Don't really have cavalry. Go ahead and get some cavalry out here. Yeah, I have 2 units of cavalry over here. I'd like to have them actually commanded as well. He'll just have to do. I'm going to use those as raiders there. Try and move over here then. Now, artillery is one of those things where it takes a long while to get into production, so I'm going to go ahead and actually kickstart that production here. Aid war supply. How big are these guns? Columbiad. I assume that's a heavier caliber than the 12-pounder. Gonna assume so. Hmm. $60 days here. 45 is not bad. 60 again. I'm going to go ahead and actually order construction of artillery out here. The reason for that is artillery, I feel, is going to be quite important out here in this region. And just in general, really. I can construct infantry, but if I can get the artillery in relatively early, then at least I can make some use of that. Okay, not much here I can do. Oh, there we go, foreign entry. Okay. Right. Now they're going to be active in about 2 turns. He needs to hold at all costs here. Right, move forward. We'll have maybe about 1 more turn, perhaps. Okay, damn. That went so quick. Okay. So the procedure is over here at Harper's Ferry. I've seen a, I think it's a unit of Marines under the command of Wood there, T. Wood. A larger force out there. Some cavalry. This detachment is not yet quite ready. They're not able to move out until next turn. I do have a detachment over here ready now. Ah, sharpshooter's pretty cool. Volunteers. How quick are they? Mobility. 110. 120. 100. So again, this is where speed could come of the essence there, really. Well, be of the essence. That hide value is pretty useful. What's his actual stats there? 323. So it's actually pretty good there, Magruder. Right, our army's actually looking pretty good now. I mean, then again, they do have quite considerable power themselves. We do have the actual fortifications. They're going to be built shortly. We do have level 3 entrenchment right now. So as far as it goes, like, we need to score some sort of victory, but I don't need to score it against Alexandria right now. Yeah. There's also the Army of Potomac in there too. Oh no, sorry, is that the Army of Potomac on top? And that's the Northeastern Virginia Army. Okay, so there's also the Army of Potomac. Okay. Buff. Now we have a Suffolk militia over here. We have Howard's battalion. I do have you. So you can combine that. It's 311, 322. Can't put you under that command there. Right, so do you have the Richmond force over here then? In theory, it could make it work. I do at least have the force over here then. The Winchester militia that could actually come out to Sally Forth. Yeah, sorted from structure. In fact, no, they can just remain there. They may even go under attack early. I don't know if we can actually win that. I'm going to try it. The reason being is that I do actually have some pretty decent artillery over here then. We do have, what is that, the Gospard? Gospard battery there. So we actually do have, wow, 20-pounder guns. Okay, so that's a pretty heavy battery there. Indeed, yes, we have 8 of them too. At least I do have Evans there commanding the 38th Virginia, 24th Virginia, and the 1st Reserve Cavalry then. Do also have some reserves over here, the Suffolk Militia, to back us up. It's only a couple men, 420, taking a little bit of attrition there. Obviously, we'll have to buy those bloody replacements. Yeah. I could hold on a little bit longer and send additional forces out there, but I do want to get things moving. This unit's actually a little bit larger than the others, isn't it? The 15th Virginia. So that could actually make a pretty good difference out here. And not make a massive difference over here. I mean, these are pretty professional units. Okay. What am I looking at numbers-wise? 150 men. 600, okay. He can head over here to actually help command the cavalry as well. He also does have supply with him, so we're pretty good there. Get them out there, could start moving on Lewisburg there, and then move out here too. Just need to essentially cause them problems wherever we can. That's not doing me a lot good right now. Okay, they're not available as of yet. Do have a Memphis squadron now available. So they can join together now. You have some pretty excellent commanders here. I just need to have the actual men for them. It is under construction anyhow. So our force has actually arrived over here. So we do have Bushrod Johnson controlling now the really named Carolina Department. Go ahead and have you in that then. Right. So that's good news then. I do have my Admiral on the way out here. Wherever the hell he is. There he is. So we do have Buchanan out, heading out that way. I could maybe have him move to Mobile instead. Yeah, 17 days in. 15 there. Okay, head to Camden. $26 days still. God damn. Okay, so just head to Mobile then. Okay, so he can arrive out here then. We'll have the actual fleet. Well, I suppose you could call it fleet. It's probably like a flotilla more than anything else. I don't know, something like that. But it's a decent force, I guess you could say, for the, what we're going to be going up against. I mean, they still have guns. They still have cannon. To be alright, really. For saying that, the fort probably is it's pretty proof against them. It's more so just to really give us something to help the ground forces there. Okay, nothing can be done there. They're not quite ready. They've not made any moves upon Jefferson as of yet, but they will. These forces are still forming up over here. These will come in handy shortly. put them in together. Alright, additional artillery ready now. Get that heading out there. Did we actually sink anything else here? Ah, they're building outposts here. Okay. Ah, so we actually did. We sank another merchant ship there. So we have Jackson's death here. James W. Jackson was the owner of the Marshall House Hotel in Alexandria, Virginia. He was also a prominent secessionist. He commissioned an 18-foot Confederate States of America flag, which he flew from a 40-foot flag pole atop his hotel. The flag's size and height meant that it was visible in Washington, D.C. On May 24th, Union troops occupied Alexandria. Colonel Elmer Ellsworth of the 11th New York Fires, I don't know how to pronounce that, whatever, was determined to capture the offended flag. Descending from the roof with the flag, Ellsworth was ambushed and killed by a shotgun blast from Jackson. Jackson was killed in turn by one of Ellsworth's troops. Instantly, the North and the South each had their first martyrs. Interesting. Oh, we may increase our rail pool again, okay. Alright, we have additional options available now. More forces raised in the east. Okay, yeah. Economic rise, inflation lowered. So we should be fine on inflation, in fact. Should be pretty good to go. Cool, what about scissors, actually? Ah. Additional supplies could be welcomed over here in the north, really. How about head out to Winchester? So go ahead and take a look at F5. Right. Build ironworks in coastal cities. 300k, 75 tons of war supply. That's pretty good. Alright, we'll build the armories of Virginia and South Carolina. How much is that? 20. I can live for the moment. That's not cheap. Right, we'll run this last turn, and then I'm going to go ahead and call it quits here for today. But at least we have a good start. I think. Oh yes, we actually do have inflation, don't we? So we have about 1%, don't we? So yeah, went for printed money too, I believe. Yeah, so we should have just a 1 point then, the 1% variation price. Just want to keep that really gone, so it will add up over time. I'd be interested to see what happens at Harper's Ferry. Oh, so we do have a gunboat engagement here. I actually went in our favour. Oh, very nice. Confederate victory. Battle of Cape Girard. I don't know. I'm not going to try. But I actually went in our favour there. We actually didn't take any damage there. We did inflict hits. They didn't. We actually sink one of the offending gunboats. They have the gunboat squadron. Ah, fantastic. 49 of 96 killed. Yeah. 6 of their 12 cannon lost. Oh, fantastic then. Yes. We did actually manage to achieve several lucky hits there. Very nice. I did not passionate. We are going to be wrapping this up shortly, but you'll be able to catch up shortly thereafter. Yeah, they had a low hit probability, and the squadron had the wind against them, perhaps? Or had the wind. I don't know if that's a positive. I think that's a positive. But I'm going to go ahead and say having lucky shots did actually help us. That's pretty good then. Oh, excellent. Quite happy with that. We do have a follow-up, a further follow-up over here then. And yet, there you can see, we can see that Admiral George N. Hollands actually does arrive out here. There we go. So that actually does increase our strength out here as well, which has been fantastic. So we don't manage to sink another boat, but we do manage to knock out another 2 of the cannon and another 16 of the men there. So that's pretty good news then. So we actually do have a proper commander out here. As you can see, our deadly fire ravaged the enemy ranks. They should have destroyed at least one enemy element this round. The commanding officer led the unit well during this round. Oh, that's good. That's pretty important victory there. Right. Ooh, we're a little bit outnumbered over here then. So I don't think this is going to go in our favour. Yeah, Confederate defeat over here. Lost for about 1,000 men, which is pretty rough. Yeesh. Okay. Still, I think it's worthwhile to try and relieve Harper's Ferry relatively early. I do have an additional force actually available to us now, so not too bad. It would have been good had we been able to win this one as well, but hey-ho. Most of the infantry, we were somewhat outnumbered, about 2 to 1, well, near 2 to 1. Not really 2 to 1, but near enough. They did have a bit of an advantage there. Okay, but we have the disposition of them now. Yeah, so we actually do have an advantage in artillery, just not as much artillery. They have some artillery in here too. So we lose the Suffolk militia. That's a shame, but it's not too surprising. This is what I'm talking about. When you have militia, they're just not going to do as well versus professional troops. But still, important to try nonetheless. We do have additional forces actually gathering over here in the Shenandoah Valley, specifically at Winchester, so we will make a fight for Harper's Ferry. I mean, it's not actually come under attack as of yet, but we do have a good idea of what we're dealing with out there. So probably will want to have them actually cover. But I actually do have Stonewall out here then, so we can take the fight to them. Not quite up to full strength. But I think moving early would be a good idea. I can go ahead and form that into another army here. Yeah, the army of Shenandoah. There we are. Right, I'm going to go ahead and order that attack. I think it's a very important thing that I actually do carry out that victory there. If I can take control of Harper's Ferry, and importantly then be in a position to maybe threaten Frederickstown, or even further afield, then that'd be quite nice. They are building up significant forces out here. I think the fortifications would actually be done over here in theory. We actually do have level 4 entrenchment. Oh well. Need a couple more commanders out here to make sure these guys are properly commanded. Right, the brigade. 13 days, so it'll be ready next turn. We do have additional artillery heading out that way too. There we are. They can head out here. What do we have out here then? Okay. So I do have some volunteer units. I do have some artillery as well. I do have some cavalry. I could actually have that sent out here to Parkersburg. Yeah, we are seeing a pretty hefty amount of forces out here. They already do have some cavalry here too. What do we have here? The Spirited Commander. Have him command the cavalry nonetheless. Right, what we're going to go ahead and do then is have him head out this way. This cavalry out here, I'm going to have them really... if I can try and make it out here. I want to get into here... Well, get into the actual ability to... well, try and take the ability here away from them to utilize the actual rail. So if I could make it over there to Guernsey, that'd be good, but we'll see. So... invade combat. Alright, how many men do we have in here? About 900 really, isn't it? Yes, it's about 1800 men. I'm going to go ahead and actually detach 600 cavalry to head out here, take control of the actual town. And then they can head over here then as well. Okay. If I had enough of a garrison in these towns, I could potentially swing to the north to Harvest Fair, but I can't guarantee that. I do have this detachment over here, but it's actually been raised, so that's pretty good. But again, this is just volunteers. He's an artilleryman, though. He would actually be kind of useful out there. Do you like our artilleryman? Now these fellows out here are pretty useful. Trying to mobilize more forces out here to the north. Okay. Well, put them together then. That gives us about 6 brigs over here. Oh, sorry, no, about, only the 4 brigs. Promote him. Well, actually, no, I don't mind that. Promote him. Ah, so they do have actual warships out here. Atlantis Squadron. I'm gonna have them head to Charleston for now, just to dodge some of the heat. Right, it's waiting on the Admiral. Flotillas due to arrive shortly. Okay. We also do have our 2 additional gunboats over there too. They've had some good opportunities to rest. The force is actually overly large right now. I say that, but their cohesion actually doesn't look great. So do we have artillery in here? Okay. Let's go ahead and get that headed north then. Where the heck is my commander? What happened to Shelby? That Arkansas cover is going to come in handy. Okay, we do have a good brigade out there. Okay. Well, we'll carry that on in the future. Essentially, the idea is going to be to go ahead and push forward here. We have gone ahead and actually scored some pretty important victories here against this. I know it sounds like pretty low-key, but it's actually pretty important there, because if I can actually establish control of the river early, at least for the moments that matter, then that's pretty good. Do need that. I do want to take Cairo. If I can take Cairo, then at least I can use Cairo then as a pretty good base out here. There is some actual industry here in the city too. Reviewing the situation to the north, I mean, he's building up forces out here, St. Louis. Jefferson's probably not going to last. I'm not going to... Oh, actually, no, I do have a force out here, luckily. So I do have Sterling Price, okay. So we have additional forces being raised now. Yeah, forces being raised out here too, under Baylor. That's going to be a tough road ahead. Still one that we have to go ahead and push. So have a St. Louis Massacre. Right. Ah, to react to the enemy raiding out here. Okay. All states mobilizing their militias. Okay. Right, we'll go with that then. So until next time, thanks for watching. Take care. Stay tuned for more. Do let me know if you'd like to see more in the comments. That'd be great. If you do believe that I've earned your support, even with the mic apparently, I don't know, for some reason being mute, it'd be greatly appreciated if you guys could actually become a patron. That'd be nice. Even a one-time donation, something of that nature. All helps. Till next time.